is in the game, we would go and take a picture of where the stadium would be. And then,
right, so you could use that in your league.
Well, it's hard to see on here, but one of the things, if you notice the background, I'm on Isengard, the background that they just gave us the ability to add in the game. Got a custom background for each team based on where they are. I think you can see it under the schedule. See it better under.
Okay.
It's a little bit.
Okay.
I know there's a screen where you can see more of it than what's there, but yeah. So Isengard has that. Have something in Bree. Minas Morgul's got the Dark Tower.
And those are all from the online game? Or
some of them are from the online game, some of them are from the movies, some of them are just screenshots that I found out on the web.
Okay.
And then the stadiums themselves, I tried to do something with the stadiums as well.
For the actual stadium pictures,
you
mean, or?
Yeah. So I've got a ballpark based on. There's a picture behind it. We don't use the 3D. I tried the 3D thing. It just didn't. I didn't have time for it. So this is more of a layout where you put players on the field and the runners down the side.
Okay. Do you do any real-time streaming of games to the site so people can kind of watch as like a championship game happens or something?
I haven't actually. This is the first time I've actually streamed the game anywhere, but now that I know how to do it, I might do that on Twitch.
Right.
In the past, we'd done years ago. We had done audio, so I would read the play-by-play to like a group chat for the All-Star game and stuff like that. But part of the other problem we have is this is a worldwide league. So at the height, we actually had someone in Australia at the same time as we had someone in France and someone in the Netherlands and someone in England and someone in Florida. So getting all of them together at the same time was a little bit of a killer.
Right. Right. Okay. So what else did you kind of want to cover?
Let's see. Let's see if we got
things you wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask you, of course, about the face gen. Did you guys because I could tell some of the guys look like orcs and things like that, so you altered that as well.
Yep. Probably can tell that best from the baseball cards. Find where the baseball cards are.
Did you make those changes then?
Yeah.
Yourself or someone else?
Yeah. Basically, what on that is I use the regular face gen for humans, so I just let it automatically generate players. But if the player is an elf or a hobbit or something else, then I go into face gen and I grab a picture from the web of an elf. I've got a bunch that I've saved up over these too. And then I use the face gens, the option where you can bring the picture in and turn it into a face gen model. And then with a saved one, I can go in anytime I want to create a new guy that's an elf. I can just pick one of those models, go to the option that does a genetic mode. Whoa. It does a genetic mode, and it just takes and creates 9 variants of that same face, and then I just pick one of those, and then I put that on manually on the player. I don't have pictures for everybody in the entire universe, just people that are on the 40-man rosters. Eventually, obviously if people go on and off 40-man roster, they keep their face. But if there's somebody that's new on a 40-man roster, I go in and create a face for them.
Okay.
So here's the Hall of Fame plaques with stuff from the face gen. Robert Plant.
Okay.
That's another thing. If we have any people that are named after actual people, which we do have authors and stuff like that, I'll go actually find a picture of them from the web and do a face gen of them. So we've got like Mark Shepard and Robert Plant and people like that. Yep.
So how did that work? Did people just say like, "Hey, I want a player named Robert Plant," so let's put Robert Plant in?
Yep. That was a creative player, so whoever created that one years ago wanted Robert Plant, so we gave him Robert Plant.
Okay, so they get to kind of go against the naming conventions then if they want to with the name of a player.
Yeah, we don't strictly enforce the names. I like them to stay Tolkien, Hobbity, Elfy type, but there's a bunch of different things. Like there's one team that's got a bunch of female Sylvan type characters, so they have different sort of names. We've got, like I said, over on the Sci-Fi and Fantasy League, there's a lot more variants of, there's like Klingons, stuff like that. So they bleed over into the Tolkien League as well because they get picked up as a free agent or whatever.
Right. So have you gotten much attention from, let's say, Tolkien fan sites or even from whoever represents it? I know Christopher Tolkien represents the estate these days. I doubt he's really paying attention to something like this, but has anyone kind of representing them gotten in touch or anything like that?
We try to stay out of their evil eye if possible, because I don't want it to be shut down. I mean, I plastered all over the place that this is just a fan work. There's never has been, never will be any money involved whatsoever. So really haven't, and we don't push it either. We don't go out to like Tolkien sites and say, "Hey, look at our baseball league." So nothing really there. The one interesting story we got, one of the original team members somehow she wrote, and we used to have a lot of she's. We don't have very many, if any, she's anymore. We used to have a lot. She wrote to one of the illustrators, one of the famous illustrators, and he was very amused because she was using one of his illustrations as her team logo. So she wanted to make sure he was okay with that, and he actually wrote her back.
And he said that was okay with him?
Yeah.
Who created the logos? Or are just the teams on their own to create them?
Different things over the years. We had some artistic people who created some logos. All these shiny button logos. One of the team members went ahead and took existing logos and jazzed them up for us. We actually, for the team uniforms, most of the teams still have their original uniforms because I wasn't very good at doing the uniforms. And I went out on the forum and said, "Hey, I need help with uniforms," back when Face Gen first came in. And one of the people on the forum just said, "Tell me what you need," and just boom, boom, boom. We had uniforms like in another week or two.
Right. So someone mentioned on the chat pushing the open teams. Do you have some teams open right now?
Yeah, actually, we do. We just lost Laketown and Rivendell. Let's see what we got.
Oh no, can't lose those.
Yep. Let's see what. Minas Tirith has gone for quite a long time without a G. It's been running guy. Rivendell, we just lost the G at the end of this past season. At Lake Town, we just lost. Buckleberry was our Australian contingent. Lost him just before this season started. Sad. He was for a long time. We haven't got a ton. We got I think that's about it, actually. Lake Town, Minas Tirith, Rivendell, Buckleberry.
Okay. So if people are interested, where can they go to apply to that team?
I have posted that on the forum in the online league section, so they can PM me there. They can always email. If you go to solonor.com/baseball, that's where our main page is, and from there you can get to the forums and stats and all that stuff. I maintain that as a separate blog kind of thing, where I just put highlight stories and stuff like that. So it's kind of a central landing spot for everything. But then always everything's going to lead back to emailing me, solonor@solonor.com or solonor@gmail.com.
Okay. Well, good. Well, thanks for kind of coming on Twitch and showing off the league. It's pretty cool. It's, as I said at the beginning, it's kind of a really great way to kind of show off some of the cool things you can do without the park, beyond the basic, standard Major League Baseball setup. Is there anything you wanted to talk about that we didn't touch on?
I don't think so. It sounds like there's some of my league members are on the chat that I can't see. So if any of them have anything that they want me to say, they need to speak up.
Speak up. Yeah, I've been watching the chat, and I've mentioned the things that have been asked. Someone just asked, when did you start the league? And I responded 2003 in the chat.
Yep.
And this will go out on YouTube. We've got the YouTube channel, which actually someone asked about in the chat, and I will post the channel address there. And then once we're done, it'll be exported there as well, so it'll always live there, so we'll get some extra viewership out of that.
Cool.
But great.
Sounds awesome.
Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Talk to you later.
Okay. All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
And thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
All right.